on the Johnny Loves Movies podcast. I am Johnny, the Shogun of Akron. I am your host, and I'm joined once again by my main man, my sensei, I like to say, the John Kreese to my Johnny Lawrence. Nick Manhattan, how you doing, baby? You on mute, baby.
The John Kreese. Why do I get John Kreese? Thank you for having me again. I want to say something. I've been really enjoying April Chino. I did more than I thought I would.
See? I knew it.
I've been learning a lot too. Learning a lot.
I knew how to get you. I knew I'd get you. And today we have a very special guest. We have a person who's been on Horror Research 30 that we've been on paired with a lot. I am so happy that I finally get to do movie discussion with this person. This person is just like, if Mick was Mace Windu and I am Obi-Wan Kenobi, he is definitely the Yoda.
No conceivable way I am, but thank you for
Trevor,
having me on and letting me babble endlessly and probably not even making any sense about films, because it is one of my hyperfixations.
Uh-oh. Well, we're here.
Hey.
We're going to talk about movies.
Yes.
With Al Pacino.
Yes.
And hopefully Johnny will be back. So what movies are we talking about? I don't know.
Okay, we're talking about Serpico and Cruising.
Which, by the way, work as a sequel.
The amazing thing about they're so fucking different, but they're so fucking awesome in so many ways. I mean, okay, I have a story that I stumbled upon an interview with Cindy Lumet about the music for Serpico, and it's fucking insane.
I'm in. Please tell.
So, okay. So, all right. Dino De Laurentiis is producing this film. Dino loves people. Dino is one of the classic, old school Italians, but he likes to take chances, even if it's a bad movie. But he doesn't understand things like, dude, I don't want to score. What the fuck? Movie, no score? What the fuck? So literally about a week and a half before the first press showing, Dino says, okay, I just take Back to Italy. We put soundtrack on it. And Lumet goes, oh shit, this is not going to end well. Yeah. It's just going to be over the top, but Dino's been lovely. And okay, this is where it gets weird. So Mikos Dorakis, I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, known for such films as Zorba the Greek, but also an emphasis on political films like Costa Gavras Z. So the day he gets out of prison, he hears that Dino De Laurentiis is working with Lumet, and Lumet needs a composer for a score. This guy wrote Zorba the Greek. He calls Lumet from Paris, and basically Lumet says, hey, this is the issue. I don't want to score, but Dino wants a score. And so he zips out to, I believe, LA, and his flight is late. He watches the film. Miklos looks at Cindy Lumet and goes, this doesn't need a score. And so what are you going to do about it? I'm like, give me some time. There's only 14 minutes of music in that film. And it was literally almost like 24 hours written and everything. Miklos in prison made some deals. And one of them was he had to tour with a Greek ethnic band that was very popular. So he calls up Lumet and goes, hey, tomorrow I'm out, but I have an arranger. This guy is on call. As long as you pay for it, he's anywhere. And that is how Cindy Lumet was able to get a movie with minimal score over on Dino De Laurentiis, because Dino went, oh, Zorba the Greek. So there, that's my little story. So
that's a cool story.
Thank you for sharing the story. Thank you guys for bearing with me.
No problem, man.
Had a little snack.
That's all good. No, I was glad to hear the story.
Randomly talk for a little while. I'm good at that.
But as you do, we're gonna just since we already got us already on the train with Sydney, we're gonna go with not cruising. Oh my god, we're gonna go with Serpico first. And as we did,
It has to.
week,
This is the prequel to Cruising.
To
This is where
Cruising.
he goes.
This is what happens right
Frank
after.
Serpico goes to Switzerland for a little while, comes back to the
Comes back.
NYPD, and goes undercover.
Comes back 10 years younger, by the way, because he's 28, supposedly.
You know what this movie would pair well with, besides
Tell me.
Cruising? And I want to see if Trevor agrees with me. Black Caesar.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Two different sides of New York City at once in the same year.
Okay.
Very much.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's we're talking about two movies.
Mm-hmm.
That one was 73 and one was 1980. And I think Mick will. And
Oh, no, we're talking about Serpico.
Serpico, I know.
Serpico.
We're talking about, yeah. But I just wanted to say that these were movies that took chances. These were movies that, could not be made today.
Yeah.
These were movies that made you think. And Serpico, I know for me, watching it very, very young on home video, it was one of the first times I got to see cops and how horrible they could be, but how somebody could really stand up for their ethics no matter what. That makes Serpico classic, in my opinion.
And with that,
it's so good.
I'll tell you, when I watched this, and I watched at a young age too, but I grew up like my father was a cop, my brothers are cops, like my uncles, cousins, and such. When I watched this, it was from the eye as a kid. You think cops are heroes when you're in that element.
My grandfather was a chief of police.
Yeah, so like you watch something like this, especially as a white guy, a white kid, I should say, and you're like, because I didn't have the perspective of people of color when I was watching it for the first time. So watching this, I'm like, why is he pissing them off? Like, what is he doing? Like, I didn't see it as like, what are they doing that's so bad? I didn't put it together. And I've seen it as an adult since, and I fully understand it now. And even this previous watch, the other day when we were talking about it, I was just like, it's such a vast change from a kid to now, where you're like, yeah.
Well, Mick, Mick, go ahead and give us the recap. You are a recap reviewer specialist. I assigned you on that last week, so go ahead and give us a recap and give us a little bit of play-by-play, and we'll interject if you have any thoughts before we break this movie down.
All right,
please, kind of.
Okay. Wait, me or Trevor? All right. I'm assuming you mean me since I've been here for the whole hour.
Mick. I said Mick. Oh, I said Trevor didn't. Oh, shit.
No, you're all good. You're all good. I assumed. So now I'm like trying to come up with something fun and snappy. So Frank Serpico, this is based on a true story, started as a cop in New York City in the 50s. He always dreamed of becoming a police officer. And he got into it. And then he started seeing the realities of being a police officer. There are multiple officers on the take. This plays out through the 60s into the 70s, where he was shot in 1971. He was not shot by other police officers, but because he never took, they wouldn't help him. So they set him up to get shot in this, and this is based on a true story. And it's pretty sad, actually. Frank Serpico's life was not great. After he was shot, he retired from the police force. He was awarded the Medal of Honor through the New York City Police Department, but in quiet. It just handed to him over a desk. There's no certificate, nothing. He retired, of course. He moved to Switzerland for a while, and then just more and more troubles as he came back and things like that. And he never really had that easy of a life, from what I was reading when we were doing this. But the movie tells the specific points of him going through the police force, graduating, the police academy, and then going in and dealing with different precincts. He was the one that was not on the take, would speak out, and would get bounced to the next place. And he would be getting used by the top brass to do the investigating on these police officers and to, spill the beans on them and stuff like that, in a friendly way. I'm trying to curse less. So I'm trying. Guy from Jersey trying to curse less is tough. So as he goes through and he's being bounced around, it's really weighing on him. And I think Al Pacino does such a great job conveying that in his performance about how it's dragging down his mental health. And I think they do a great job showing police lives at home. They don't go to the full extent of how much this trauma day in and day out affects them. And we can say whatever we want about corrupt cops, things like that. This is a tough job. And it is a job that is stressful and traumatic and many times, and they have to come home every day. And generally, especially back then, they didn't have any outlets.
Yeah.
You know, so you would see like when he's arguing with multiple girlfriends and you know, and loves of his life and stuff like that, it's weighing on him. And that's from one perspective on a police force. So I thought this was very interesting. When we get to the next movie, it's a very similar themes.
Yes.
And I appreciated that aspect of it too, because that's a different reasoning for it compared to this. But yeah, overall, like you just see this man throughout his life in the police force and how the stress, the trauma, and the things got to him, and how the police force that was supposed to work with him ultimately was working against him. Yeah.
And you know, I don't know. I thought it was kind of, and this has nothing to do with the movie. I just thought it was kind of odd the timing of this movie. I'm like, you got to think about it, Mick, Trev. It was less than a year and a half since he got shot in the face where he got a whole movie deal out of this. So, like, honestly, I would have been very interested to see like a meta follow-up to his life dealing with the fame that came from this movie. Because it was a really fast turnaround.
If I can interject on that, that's the 70s.
Yeah.
The 70s was craving something besides just stage adaptations and things like that. Books were a big deal. The Godfather was written in the late 60s and was a huge powerhouse. Dirty Harry was based on the Zodiac killings, and it was based on, I can't remember his name, but Mark Ruffalo's character from
Dave
Zodiac.
I follow the case a lot. I'm really obsessed with Zodiac.
They like those movies and such. As soon as it's almost like what we see with like Law and Order now, ripped from the headlines. Yeah, they would find these stories that really impactful and like real, like All the President's Men.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The book only came out a couple years before.
Yeah. Holy shit.
You know, so like a lot of movies in the 70s. Remember, a lot of the auteurs that were coming up outside of this were readers. People were still readers at this time, and people wanted to tell new stories that were very much reflective in the 70s of the 70s.
And what's funny is, and I think this is probably through the passage of time. When I was watching Serpico, I didn't notice it the first time I watched it, but the second time I watched it, I noticed that especially a lot of undercover movies nowadays, even from the next movie we talk about, a lot of them owe a lot of credit to Serpico. There's a lot of themes that I've seen that like draw from the DNA of this film. You know, you from what's going on in his personal life, the toll it takes from the job, you know, the inner paranoia that he goes through, like a lot of it. Like I kept on seeing shades of The Departed when I was watching this movie.
This movie, actually, it was funny you mentioned that. I thought Cruising was very similar to
There are connections, which then I have to say also goes back to the Infernal Affair trilogy. But
when did that come out? That came out in the 80s, didn't it?
Infernal Affairs?
No, that was 90s.
The alts.
90s, sorry. So 80s or 90s. But even then,
Affairs,
like, for 1980
Hong Kong,
movie,
which was the basis of Departed.
Yeah.
No, but like even then, like saying like a 1980 movie that was already pushing boundaries, like you got to give credit to filmmakers like William Friedkin that would do that. Which another one, The Exorcists.
Oh yes,
you know, another one that turned around real quick. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it about books. Like Rosemary's Baby. The Sentinel, even Jaws. You could just go down the fucking list.
Yeah,
and most of it, like I don't hear it as much anymore, but I remember hearing it so damn much. This book has been blank by this studio to be made into this film, and that, I mean, maybe in the 90s I heard it and I automatically thought Oscar fodder, but in the 80s and the 70s I'm thinking, well, this is what adult drama is. Filmmakers, and that's a great, when you mentioned about Larry Cohen and Black Caesar, is filmmakers who wanted to tell a human story, even if it's exploitation or if it's really meant to criticize a wrong that a lot of people have been keeping their mouths shut. This era, Hollywood kind of embraced that more than any other. And that's where a film like Serpico lives. And that's where a film like Dog Day Afternoon lives.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a film like Cruising. And there's so many more in between, Straw Dogs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But there was just a different aesthetic as far as the desire for what to create that somehow gets lost in the legacy of the blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's my opinion. And that's one of the reasons why I go back to these movies. Not that I just saw them young. I saw them young and they influenced me by great writing and great storytelling.
Yeah.
And, you know, what I liked about this movie, and especially about our next one, but what I like about this movie is they actually take time to let a scene breathe. Like nowadays, movies, and it's because our attention spans are shorter and the blockbuster and TikTok, scenes don't breathe anymore. They don't have like the pauses. And like as like a former actor, or I'm still acting, I'm not former. I love just living in that period where they're just giving like a look before they say the next word.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And there are several scenes where Pacino, to me, he just like commands the scene, the room, with a look, you know. And and watching the eyes, man. He's a very good.
Well, I mean, that's something that Cindy Lumet automatically saw in Pacino. I think it's safe to say, especially, when we talk about the second film and Billy Freakin', Cindy Lumet is a minimalist filmmaker. And as a minimalist filmmaker, he was able to deliver Serpico in 2 hours and 19 minutes. And that's a craftsman. But
clearly you've never seen The Wiz.
Oh, I own the fucking Wiz.
Please on down.
I mean, everybody's got well-intentioned turds in their closet. I mean,
hey.
I love The Wiz.
I love The Wiz too.
It's so good.
baby.
It's so absurd yet so good, and there's such wonderful performances by those many significant artists that are in it, not just Michael Jackson.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah,
there's so many.
It's crazy. It is a. I enjoy it in certain ways more than The Wizard of Oz. I know that.
Yes,
is sacrilege, but
I like
that wasn't a film for me when I was a kid. Serpico and Cruising.
No, I mean, listen, you're one of your favorite movies is Mean Streets. I get it. Like these are right up your alley, and I love that. And these are, I mean, if French Connection is probably the best cop film from the 70s, in my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't know what happened with French Connection 2, but the French Connection.
Well, hold on. Well,
I gotta give a shout out to my boy Joseph Wamba and some of the stuff that he was connected with in the late 70s. So
I'm gonna do a sidebar. Because I gotta take umbrage with that statement, Nick. I'm gonna raise it with Dirty Harry
over French Connection. Now I'm not saying Dirty Harry are fun movies. Let's just talk about the first one. I mean,
I'm talking about the first one. I'm not talking about the sequels.
But Dirty
I'm talking
Harry
about the original.
Is a fun action movie, cop action movie
with some elements of bizarre propaganda mixed in it.
Yeah, it was a very conservative movie.
Not
conservative as fuck. Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as Red Dawn, but very few things are.
Yeah. It's a well put together movie, Mick.
It's well put together. I mean, compared to the French Connection, I don't, and I'm not saying that as particularly like French Connection is one of my favorite movies. I just respect for how great it is.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it is a well put together film.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it has like one of the greatest car chases of all time in French Connection. I'm just saying, Dirty Harry is not it's not like a.
I mean, it's not even Bullet.
I mean, that's actually a really good movie. I need to watch that again.
I'm just saying, you saying it like French Connection had no competition. It's just like they took the title.
No. Like Cruising, I probably wouldn't put up there in like it's a good movie. It's a good thriller.
Yeah.
It's very problematic in its representation points.
Yeah.
But it's as a thriller, it's a good thriller, and I think. Watching it I think it comes from a place of like, in a weird way, support for the community.
Yeah.
But at a time where, at a privileged, very privileged time, so like when they made it, it was like, I feel like they're like, we're supporting the community by doing this, but at the same time, it's like,
you're talking Cruising,
Cruising.
I was on
Cruising, yeah. No, Serpico at the same time, though. Think about Serpico. How did we always hear the name Serpico on TV and movies through people? Oh, were you some kind of Serpico super cop? Yeah. He wasn't a super cop. He was a guy who did the right thing and had integrity, and they put him down for it.
What I like about this movie, though, is I like how we opened with him with the fucking bullet hole in his face, and he's in the back of the cop car. Like,
I'm sorry, I just have to giggle by the fact that the term integrity and Billy Freakin in the same sentence. I'm sorry, I love Billy Freakin, but
we're back to Sidney Lumet. We're back to Serpico.
Oh, okay.
I was just talking about Cruising and the fact that it's. I'm not calling it integrity. I'm just saying I feel like in 1980, making that movie about the homosexual community, they weren't trying to offend.
Yeah.
And that was the way I feel like a lot of those filmmakers were like, see, we're woke.
Yeah.
Well, because I feel like that there's a very specific monster that happened with that. And so yes, Billy Freakin tends to like things his way. He always did. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance. I turned down a dinner with William Peter Blatty about 20 fucking years ago, and I still kick myself. But he does great movies, but doesn't care about the source material.
Damn.
That's what he does. It's a Billy Freakin production, and when it comes down to the end of the day, that is who he was, and that is who he is. But he sees good shit, and he can pull out good shit, and he knows good people, or he knew good people.
Now,
so I mean, okay. So here's the deal. So when the book comes out, there's a controversy to begin with. The Cruising is based on a book about killings and such. So Freakin, like, controversial, I'm going to do this. And when he approached the leather community, they were amazingly supportive because they trusted him, but they also, for the first time, were shown not in a completely negative light. But also at the same time, Billy did not embrace the fact that there was another large part of that community that did not want to be associated with that community, causing basically two communities to start going after each other. And it's really horrible. But I don't think Billy really cared about that. I mean, for him, controversy was just another thing. And I don't want to down him completely because Billy Freakin made some of my favorite films of all time. I mean, probably at least 3 are on my top 20 list. But I think Billy Freakin did a really, really good job, and actually he allowed a lot of the people involved more than he usually did.
But you know what, Mick? Let's because I just got this great idea. Let's just talk about both of them at the same time.
I'm sorry, ADHD and such.
So Mick, go ahead, give me a recap of Cruising as well, and then we're just gonna compare. Cause I like this. I like where this is headed. I feel like I know where this is headed. I like to compare them at the same time. So let's do a recap of that too.
So there's a serial killer in New York City in 1980 that is targeting S&M leather enthusiasts.
Leather bars.
Leather, but they're targeting the actual people, leather enthusiasts, gay men in the city at the time, and a lot of underground leather bars. And Al Pacino is tasked. He plays Steve Burns, who is tasked by Paul Sorvino, the head of the detectives. It was cool to see him playing older too. They had grayed up his hair and such. Kind of funny. Yeah. He goes undercover to play, a gay man who's going in these bars trying to find a serial killer and catch his leads and stuff. And that's the job. Like, he goes into the bars, he gets to know people, he moves into the village. It starts to weigh on him quite a bit. Like, being undercover, never knowing who he can trust, who he can't trust. He gets roused by the police officers too, who are also out there picking on the gay men, just out living their lives, in 1980, which was a hard time for. So as he goes through, he becomes more intense and obsessed with trying to catch this killer and end this. And sometimes he blurs the lines a little bit, but I think in a really effective way. I think it's a very strong thriller. It is not for the family. That is
no. There's a lot in this film that people either agree with or they don't. Like, one of the biggest is the thing. Billy might have had these ideas in mind, but I just think it was almost synchronicity that it happened. So this film, specifically Cruising, as a William Friedkin film, it's a film about identity. If you've watched the film, you understand and you see that the killer is always a different person. Yes, I've heard that he also pulled an Argento, but I feel that the overall message, to, like, one of the big things that as a fan, and I've always heard of these, like, so at the end, what is it saying? Is it saying that he killed the other guy and he's this now? And my take is that he goes in expecting one thing, he's being told another thing. There's 40 minutes of missing material from this film that, trust me, is not all Gasparno A-level leather bar, that I feel that over time, as a cop and as a person, he started to understand an element of community that he wasn't getting. He doesn't get as a cop, because a cop is all about manlyhood. It's all about, like, sticking to what we believe. And over the whole thing, you could make so many hypotheses, but my hypothesis at the end is he actually, in his own way, is lamenting community. He's like, tomorrow I need to go back and be what the world of police wants me to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's my take on it, but that's not a lot of people's take.
No. But I mean, it is implied that the killer being different people throughout, like, you never know who to trust, but it's also a bigger indication that the violence is just in the culture. That this could be happening. Now, again, I'm not saying this to reality. I'm speaking to the movie and the themes of the movie, but and just like anybody could have been doing this. Now, also he could be considered, because we're not sure if he killed the roommate or not.
Yep.
Or why, and how this was playing out. He was becoming frustrated throughout the entirety of the movie. That's why, again, you see him interacting with Karen Allen, his girlfriend, and they even have their breakup. He's interacting with the others. He gets jealous of his neighbor's roommate, and they get into a fight because so there's a lot of elements.
Another character in which he sees a person treating people wrong and he just can't get it. Yeah.
I thought it was a good choice for Friedkin to make all of the characters who are playing gay men, and
now,
the principal actors, they were all played by straight actors.
Now I gotta ask this,
and surrounded by actual gay men.
The bars were he was allowed into the bars and had full reign. I mean, it was the fact that this lifestyle was actually going to finally get noticed in a way that wasn't like, oh, we talk about this under the rug, meant a lot to the community at that time.
Yeah. So, Mick, Trev, I got to ask something real quick. So, for me, I found myself being able to connect with his character a lot quicker than I was with Frank Serpico. I was wondering if either you guys had that same experience through your viewings or your first viewing or whatever subsequent viewings you have with these films.
I definitely had empathy for the character and what he was going through. I could see the stress, the trauma that he was going through being undercover in both of them. I think I felt not sorry for, but I think I felt the stress of Serpico more because one, he's undercover and it's an outside element. If he gets too stressed in, and I understand the job and things like that, and it's not going to happen because of toxic behavior, but he could have been pulled off of that case at any time, and they would have forced him to get help.
Yeah.
In Serpico, he was alone.
Mm-hmm.
Every cop hated him and didn't trust him. Even the top people who were trying to work with him are screwing him around, trying to get what they want out of it to play politics. So to me, that was literally a man on an island.
Mm.
This was a man who was keeping himself on an island because he was unsure of himself.
Okay. Trev, what about you?
Well, I would say, okay, so I would have to say the character that I felt most connected to the first time I watched it and watched it over the years would have to be Serpico, because Serpico is literally a nice guy. He's a guy who has ethics, a guy who feels that police, being a cop and having power, should be certain things. He is a person that embraces what's around him. He understands that just walking into a crowd and saying, "Hey, I'm a cop," has some pretty big implications because of the shit that cops do. But I also saw in him what I had seen, in other people that I knew and things of that nature, that, cops don't really talk about this stuff, and, it just kind of builds up and builds up. And yeah, it does end up with somebody who is fighting so hard for their ethics, they lash out in ways that are actually quite horrible. But I would say when I watched Cruising, not knowing exactly what I was getting into, as like Mick, you said, like with the transgendered sex workers, how they're treated and everything. I didn't know exactly what to expect. I'm like, is this going to be a movie where I get to see cops be assholes? No, this was a situation where I watched somebody really examine who they were now that they've had to function in a subculture from a culture that is actually a very dangerous subculture itself. So yeah, I'd have to say I did find empathy, and I did both characters taught me a lot about, how one should grow.
And
But
Joe
I'd say off the
Spinell's
bat,
character,
Serpico.
Joe
What's that?
Spinell's character in Cruising, being the police officer who's taken advantage of the transgender ladies that were walking by.
Yeah.
And also being a cop who is embedded in this investigation through just as a patrolman, kind of being on the scenes for these murders and stuff like that. And then, but like still cruising at night.
No, it's funny.
And like Pacino and he come eye to eye together and things like that. Like, I thought that was a good representation of how deep the community actually is.
Now, Mick.
Well, I mean, there are very few films that at that time period go that deep into that. I mean, I think it's a movie that a lot of people might really connect with, because it does have a lot in common with films that dealt with profiling and what profiling does to people. Well, cop work and detective work also did this to people. Who got too deep. And I think some of these movies like this, like both these films, one's 80, 173, they're old movies. I think people could really identify with them nowadays more than most of the crap that's filling multiplexes.
Now, what's funny is, like, I was watching both films, and I'll tell you right now, I would never want to be undercover. I'm cool just being a beat cop. I'm fine with that. I would never, ever subject myself to that. But I'll be honest with you. I was watching Cruising, and while I was watching it, I was thinking to myself,
got hard.
No. I was thinking to myself that
hey, it's all right.
Friedkin and Pacino, they were going through some shit.
I don't think so. I think they really latched onto this. In fact, I think them not revealing the killer and it's a different person each time also adds an element of maybe it's not a gay man doing the killing.
Which also brings in the symbolism of the fact that it could be anybody that's doing these killings. And these killings are not just necessarily homosexual on homosexual.
But that's why you
a hate
can't.
crime.
Well, to that point, that's why in this movie you can't pinpoint who's who, because again, Joe Spinell plays a cop who's also a gay man, who a closeted
The
gay
great
man.
Joe Spinell.
Yeah, and like so you have those elements, and I think that's the best part about it. You're always like you saying it's about identity, and I 100% agree. Like you kind of go through it, and you're like, yeah, he's questioning his identity, but the identities of everyone is different, and we don't exactly know where this is coming from. So yeah,
that's all leading. The audience should understand that it makes everybody less trustworthy when the killer's identity is changing on a regular basis. Same voice, same things, but visually it's changing. Now, I will also say, and I just want to get this in before I forget, and I apologize, because I think some people would agree with me. It is from a police standpoint, which makes it more of a crimey, but I do feel that Cruising is one of the great American giallo films.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. The lighting. Yeah.
No, just the serial killing, that's it. I think it plays in certain ways that the giallo did, and
I think it's more funny that De Laurentiis did Serpico and not this.
Yeah,
right. I mean, there's so much. I mean, but hearing that story, it just made me love Dino even more. He without Dino De Laurentiis, so much shit would not have happened that really changed cinema.
I just feel like Friedkin and Pacino were compensating for something, because like for every gay sequence, you got like 2 scenes of him fucking Karen Allen. It feels like they had to double that shit.
Hey, I hate to break it to you, Johnny, but it is a verified, scientifically proven fact that the more homophobic one is, the higher probability that they too are homosexual.
Yeah,
bingo.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's why I'll watch Cruising, and I don't care.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I'm putting on my leather pants and watching Cruising, so you go right ahead.
I just feel like Friedkin was working through something. That's all I'm saying.
I think Friedkin is just Friedkin. Friedkin.
I mean, it was probably a bit of cocaine, but
but he was also Hitchcock's guy. He was Hitchcock's assistant for the longest time, and he learned from the school of Hitchcock. And Hitchcock did not pick normal movies.
Oh no,
not at all.
Intricate stories that were sometimes bonkers, sometimes and I think that's very evident when it comes to Friedkin's career.
Yeah,
the movies he chooses and he goes for, this being one of them. I think they weren't working for something. Movie, they were probably working for something after the movie, especially with the method acting.
Well, there's a lot of mythology around this film, and I had mentioned it, and I haven't seen it, but I know it's available on streaming. So there's supposedly 40 minutes of this film that's missing, and everybody's favorite James Franco decided to recreate that 40 minutes. I don't feel that 40. I feel the 40 minutes probably could exist, but I don't think it's as scandalous and showing. I think it's honestly a lot of story that they just were like, nope, we're not going to release this. Okay, chuck. I mean, just look at. We talked about music or Serpico. When you want, I can talk about music for Cruising, because it is the amount of music that was created for use in this film is unbelievable, and the amount that didn't make it.
I say talk about it. I want to hear it.
Okay, well, okay.
Go ahead.
So,
oh shit,
he's prepared.
I'm pulled out the book. This is one of my prized possessions. It is a first pressing of all the music that Jack Nietzsche commissioned for Cruising. That includes such legendary songs as In the Heat of the Moment by Americana punker Willie DeVille. Members of Parliament were in a band called Mutiny, and that was that. They played a song called Lump, which was the funk song, and also Bear Phillips, who was a member of Parliament, also played some bass lines to music that was never brought to the film. This film also features the last 7 recordings. Only a few were ever used by the Germs. The Germs defined okay, LA punk music. We could get into that, but that's a whole other story. Defined punk. They were the last recordings before Darby Crash died. Also, Jack Nietzsche. What can we say about Jack Nietzsche? He was the right-hand man to Phil Spector and knew so much more about music than Phil ever truly did.
I mean, that's ironic considering
Yeah,
Al
I know.
Pacino
It's
went to go play
amazing.
him.
Because this film and also his work for The Exorcist was very educated in experimental music, industrial music, using noises. The cruising suite in itself can be condensed into about 12 minutes.
Yeah.
But some of the things on here are just mind-boggling.
That's good to know.
Yeah, this. Okay, so Jack Nietzsche, and I mean, the list of films that he's contributed to and scored are utterly amazing. The fact that Friedkin was able to go, yo, Jack, I need you to do this, but I need you to do it in a way that is like, if you thought Jack Nietzsche was not a pioneer and a person who knew what the fuck was going on, then you need to see what he did with Cruising. So there, that's my sales pitch for Cruising's music.
You know what's crazy is I was on Wikipedia here right now. I was looking at some of the trivia while you were going through that. And did you know that Pacino wasn't the first choice to play this play the main character? It was Gere.
Gere was.
Richard Gere.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this movie with Richard Gere though? A young Richard Gere? Like I think it would be a
watch
different
American
movie.
Gigolo, and I feel like not that it's the same type of movie, but
I think it'd be a different movie.
I think it would be. I don't think Gere controls
the scenes
his
like
atmosphere as well as Pacino does.
Yeah.
No, I mean
they made the right
choice. It would be like
putting
Pacino an officer for a gentleman.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He ain't carrying anybody out.
Yeah.
They're carrying him out in his pocket.
Yeah.
Singing Love Lift Us Up. The great song.
I mean, let's also be honest here with American Gigolo and everything. It's not that he would be believable. It's just send Richard Gere in as an undercover cop to the what? Everybody would go fucking cop. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Young guys, Richard Gere. Like I'll be honest with you. Do anybody know? I've been trying to place his face, but the guy who plays the killer or the first killer, because they do switch. Like you said, they do switch. Yes. I've been it's been killing me. I have no idea where I've seen him before. I thought he was this actor who was in Joe Dirt 20 years later.
It kind of looks a little bit like
he
Abel
has his face.
Ferrara,
Yeah.
But I know it doesn't work in the time.
I didn't know this was based on a series of murders of gay men that took place between 62 and 79.
It's a true story.
That's what Troy said in the opening.
That's interesting.
Well, I mean, it's I'll let that for when you come up with that, because you told me there were some things that you bring up as far as, and I'll go over that later.
Can we talk about the police corruption in this movie?
Oh my God. Please. Jesus Christ.
They had that one dude come in a cowboy hat and beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, who just randomly slapped the shit out of him. He's just like, you hit me.
It's like, I was like, that fucking bull is about to get crazy.
Oh yeah.
I was like, why do you have to be black, though?
Freaking actually, that movie, as far as police corruption, I think Freakin' definitely took a little bit from the Kinji Fukasaku Battles Against Humanity and his police films that just show the most absurd, crazy shit that police will do to people in the name of getting their job done.
Yeah. I don't want to push too hard on you against that idea, Trevor, but I'm going to say straight up, I'm pretty sure this is based in very much reality of New York City Police Department.
Well, yeah, but
that was a little too like
the guy who is, in like the Cal underwear and the things like that. I mean, yeah, I'm sure these are all connected things, but there's an absurdity to also telling a story about police corruption, which if you look at a good half of Kinji Fukasaku's films, it's all about police corruption. It's just under other things.
No, but I just mean like this feels
just
more
something that reminded me watching this film a couple times.
And I get that. I only mean that like when you're watching those scenes, and even like in Serpico, when you're watching those scenes of like very real police corruption, it feel like the way it's shot, the way
Corruption,
it's acted, the
discrimination.
way the atmosphere that they built, everything feels more real than an influence from something else.
Yes.
And that's where I was like watching that scene. I'm like, I watched the dude come in his jockstrap and his cowboy hat, beat the crap out of the gay man and Pacino, and I'm like, I feel like that's real.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I
maybe
feel like
not the
that's
exact thing, but
happened.
trust me, that kind of shit was going on.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? I was watching this movie, and even with Serpico, I think this is a pertinent question to ask. Do you think that Pacino kind of market corrected Dustin Hoffman? Because like I got like Dustin Hoffman vibes. I feel like, do you think they canceled each other out? Like did Pacino take some roles that should have gone to Hoffman?
Yeah.
I think they were top contenders for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Pacino would have done Marathon Man just as much as Hoffman would have done this or any one of those movies.
I think Pacino would have been great in Kramer versus Kramer.
Yeah, but Hoffman was fantastic. It's so hard because they're so
but
good.
They are both fantastic, and yeah, Mick, there's something about it that's like Dustin Hoffman. Oh, it would still be fun if it was Al Pacino.
You know what it reminds me of is, and they're sort of a little bit older than them, and they were friends, which is the funny part. Newman and Redford.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
interchangeable actors. Like you could talk about George Clooney and Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
to this day,
not
I
on
would
that
talk
level.
about those two and get them mixed up because it was very common.
Yeah.
I mean, they were considered at that time the film heartthrobs.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because honestly, when I was watching both movies, I could easily, because I just got a Hoffman vibe from Pacino. And I'm like, either one of these movies, man, you could have put Hoffman in and he would have still fucking killed.
All right, let me ask you this, though.
Mm-hmm.
You take Timothy Chalamet. You put him at his age now in 1967 or something. Is he stealing parts from them?
Dog. That was my next question. See, we think alike. I was watching Serpico and I'm like, Chalamet could fucking body this.
No, he would not.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he would
not. Young Chalamet
would not.
Chalamet could body
First of all, okay, let's fine. Give him these roles. Chalamet's not doing anything with The Godfather.
Oh, no. I'm talking about Serpico,
like, if you're going back and forth, like, I could see, like, okay, Chalamet would do a good job in this. Chalamet would,
fuck yeah, Chalamet
maybe do a good job in Serpico. He had to come off a little bit tough because he had to fight so many people.
Yeah.
You know, even just arguing against him in that movie. And I can't see Chalamet like commanding a room like Pacino did. Pacino was so small in almost every room he was in. And he could either with quiet or with rage completely take over the room.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like, it's annoying that I didn't want to think this month, you jerk, but he's a damn amazing actor. I mean, and again, not saying, like we had talked about, he has definitely phoned a lot of shit in. But when he's in it, he's in it.
Yep.
He commits.
Yeah.
He fucking commits. He goes for it.
Like, he's not committing to 88 minutes, but he's committing to the devil's advocate.
See, I feel like he commits in all of it. Even in that piece of shit that we reviewed at the beginning of the month. He committed the fucking Jack and Jill.
He's pulling a lot of shit in.
He committed the fuck out of Jack and Jill.
I just think it was at a later time than we were talking about. I think it was like once Simone was dead, he did movies, like it just didn't do well. That was that AI actress that he created movie that came out. Again, I want to watch now because I feel like it's a lot more poignant now than it was in 2001. But then after that bombed, I feel like he just kind of took roles, but it was his TV movies where he was really continuing. You know, Angels in America or some Paterno or Kevorkian movie. And
Kevorkian, he was amazing.
And with performances, let's go on and get into some of these categories, man. I think this is pretty fucking easy. Serpico, Cruising, Hall of Fame. Is this, Hall of Fame performances? Does it go in?
Yes. Cruising deserves more respect than it gets as a movie. Okay. Not as like a theme or a sounding board or anything, but as a movie, I think it's well done.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm in there. Yeah. What about you, Trev? Hall of Famers?
Ah, dude. I mean, it's Serpico and Cruising. I mean, both these films are easily in my top 50 films of all time.
Okay.
So I would say I think Pacino, if it had to be between one or the other, I would say Serpico, but I have to say I think he brings the same level
Mhm.
of commitment and just integrity
Mhm.
and everything to both these roles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if I have to, Serpico, but
I
these are
mean,
two of my favorite Al Pacinos. The only one that really gets above them is Dog Day Afternoon.
mm,
Really?
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, and no arguments there at all. I'm not
Mhm.
like I love Dog Day, and
Mhm.
I completely get it. I would like to before we move on to the next one.
I'm gonna give it
I
something
mean, Godfathers are
myself.
their own thing. I think we all
Mhm.
know where the Godfathers lie.
Yeah.
At least those first two. But and Justice for All, where do you fall on that one?
Oh my God. Okay, so this is hilarious because when we talked originally about this show,
Mhm. That's what we're gonna do.
two films that constantly were in repeat and we did buy used VHS copies of them were Cruising and Justice for All.
Nice.
My God, and Justice for All is so damn good.
I think that is an underrated movie of the 70s, which was famous in
Was
the
that Lamette
70s.
also?
What?
Which one?
Which one?
And
Dog Day?
Justice for All. Was that Lamette?
I think
I
no,
think
it was
no. Look it
I'm
up for
looking
us,
it
man.
up, but I want to try and name it before I
Oh, was it Pakula?
No, it's Juicin.
Juicing.
Juicing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Norman
Norman.
Jewison.
Yep.
Well, I wasn't. I mean, his name is
The
Juicin.
original, the
As I
original
said, my
director
name
of
recognition was going to be crap tonight.
the original director of Malcolm X, where Spike Lee took it over. And that's a fun fact. Look that shit up.
Wait, what?
Norman Jewison was originally the first choice to direct Malcolm X for Spike Lee. Spike Lee convinced him to let him do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a Jewison joint. Yeah. Look at that. I know trivia
think
too.
he would have done a not as remarkable of a job, but I think he would have made a damn fine movie.
He would have had Morgan Freeman play X.
I mean,
Wait didn't land on Plymouth Rock.
he actually
Plymouth Rock landed on us. Andy Dufresne.
Yeah, maybe. All right, I'm glad. Let's just say I'm glad Spike Lee got it.
The
Oh, yeah.
chickens,
I mean, Jesus
the chickens
Christ.
have come home to roost. I'd say Serpico definitely goes into the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's the one that got him nominated for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not saying that that's the end all be all, but if it's a stat sheet like sports, one got him on the stat sheet, the other one did.
That's true. I think having a homosexual movie in 1980, that isn't painting homosexuals in a negative light. I mean, it's not doing any good representation, but it's not trying.
There's a lot of controversy.
It's not going after.
It's not picking on
a way that it is. There are a lot of issues with the film, and yes, there are problematic things with the film. But does the film honestly represent what was going on at that time, and also a lot of the xenophobia and fear the general public had of the unknown to them? Yeah, it did, and it does in a way. I mean, this is the thing, and this is why freaking got the ability to go into the bars and everything, is because he kept the deal. It's like, I'm going to portray you as close to in the book and understand I'm not going to throw this community under the bus.
Yeah.
And that it meant a lot to them. But also, I don't think, like I said, I don't think Billy took into the account the fact that, yeah, this is a movie that isn't just going to be a hard sell to a whole bunch of producers. This is going to be a hard sell to a community that already has discrimination in the community. I don't think he thought about that. And this is the thing, they're like one of the famous scenes. Any of the scenes that involve Al Pacino's character having lunch or whatever with the screenwriter friend or everything, I mean, some of them had to be post-dubbed because of the amount of screaming and yelling and pots and pans that were out there with
Yeah.
people that did not feel from a part of that the LGBTQ community that were like, no, guys, we don't want this out. This is not
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And I don't think Billy took that into account, which I think would, if it was revisited today, I think it would be. But
can I ask you a point on that when you're done?
Yeah, please.
I was just going to say to that effect, and thinking about it along those lines, say this movie was remade today, or even just made for today.
Listen,
that's
I
want to ask. I'm going to add a question on because I want to get Trevor.
You got to put a pin in that one though, because we're 2 categories away from that. Don't spoil it yet.
Fair.
I'll remember, or I'll try to remind you.
The next one is I call this category retitle, and I think Cruising is a great fucking title. But for both movies, right? Was this the best title for the movie? Like for me, with Serpico, for Serpico, I think the movie should have been called New York Cop Gets Fucked Over.
To me, that movie should be Serpico ... why ethics and police work get your ass kicked.
See?
Yeah. Integrity does not work with police force. It's basically what they're going for now. It's
being a good cop is going to get you nowhere, aka Serpico.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know Friedkin said for this movie, for Cruising, that every interaction between the police and the homosexual community was real. They were real events that actually happened. And they even called the police the Pussy Posse, which was real. The guys who patrol that area and such. For me, watching a movie like this and seeing both sides, I think Cruising's perfect because the police were cruising the streets.
Yep.
And cruising was a very famous term for gay men to go out and hook up.
Fuck.
Yep. And the parks are shown in the film.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. And in fact, I think those are some of the best scenes shot. They're so claustrophobic when you're in the leaves and you don't know what to expect, and you find these areas under the bridge. It's the way the shadow work works and the people passing by. Like,
this movie has great fucking.
That's why I say that Cruising is an American giallo.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm with you.
Also
I agree.
has so much. It exudes a confidence of style.
Agreed.
And does it in a way that, to me, I didn't feel that it was as least exploitive as it probably could have been at that time, considering those people who were all involved in it.
Yeah. Nick, you're a cop on the force. Your chief says, "Hey, you gotta go undercover. You might have to go undercover and do some things that you wouldn't normally do."
Well, no, they can't make you have sex with a man.
$20 is $20.
That's true too. But
so you're going to HR immediately if your chief is like, "Hey, you might have to blow a dude to catch this killer."
I mean, maybe if they got Joe Spinell's character to go undercover, I mean, he would have been all in, but
it gives new meaning to On the Take.
I can see the pressure aspect of it.
Yeah.
You are literally pretending to be somebody that you've never even thought about being before, and now it's making you question things.
Yeah.
And if you slip up around the wrong person just fucking once, you're toast.
Yep.
Or everybody you need to trust you turn their backs like that.
Yep.
And it can change in a second. And that's another thing about both these movies. There's an urgency in these films because you do something wrong as an undercover cop, months
I feel like this movie is an accurate representation for both gay and straight men. Like, we would do anything for some ass. Like, you're willing to get tied up at a guy with
a
knife.
Are you so homophobic you have to come all the way over here to say it off screen? Center yourself, sir. We want to see that face.
I'm saying though, like
everybody expresses themselves differently, and as long as it's consensual and nobody is hurt, it shouldn't be judged.
You cool with that though? Like the guy has a knife and he has a creepy ass voice and you just really gonna let him.
I mean, I'm not cool with being tied up. Like I don't care if it's a man, woman, or whoever.
It's a dedicated scene, and the scene has been discussed prior to, but
it seems like there's no discussion in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, you have to trust.
It is a trust issue. Yeah, it's a sexual experience, and you're trusting the person in a time and in a place,
time me up.
And by a community that you don't know if you can trust because there is a baked-in secrecy.
I don't know. He had that Buffalo.
If somebody screams red, everybody would bum rush that motherfucker, and he'd be out.
Yeah.
If somebody oversteps what anybody wants to do.
Oh no. He had
That's how that would have worked.
He had that creepy ass voice though. Like, come on now.
Like, you know what it is? I think it's a good idea, but it is a thing because remember when Pacino had the other kid picked up, the busboy, and he was tied up, he was hogtied. But he wasn't in danger.
Okay,
so. It's a sexual act that is very real, and it's a
lot of trust.
And I understand it. No, it's not my thing, but it is a lot of trust. But I think that's what it has to be chalked up to, and I think that's where it's misrepresented a lot of times in things like that.
There's a lot more community in subcultures than a lot of people want to give credit because some subcultures live on the fringe, and there's nothing wrong with that. If there wasn't the fringe, then normality would bore us to tears.
I don't know. I feel like you gotta at least take me on like 5 dates. You gotta buy me dinner first before you hog tie me. That's all I'm saying. You guys.
I think like
part of the thing is you don't know the person at all, and that's part of the appeal. Then as long as.
But imagine now, or at any point in your life, if you want to hook up with a woman, you have to do it in the bushes at a park, or you're going to get arrested. Or you have to go to a sleazy hotel because a good hotel is not going to allow you to do that. They'll have you pegged right out of the bat. Like all of these different things. It was this underground network that these men had to go through just to live their lives
for decades. And even now people are fighting that, to be homosexual was illegal.
Not just illegal, but there were PSAs saying that they're also child molesters, they're also this, they're also that. And it was done as a direct targeting on the gay community.
Oh yeah.
So they could, so like it was okay. And as a black man, you get this, like, it's okay to attack them because every stereotype we've painted on them, you should just believe.
Because the Bible says it so.
But if you like,
although I will say, I won't say where I got this, but it is a truly great joke. I'm sorry. So, what does the Bible say about men sleeping together? Well, it says that no two men shall sleep together unless they are stoned. And I'm like, okay. Sorry, it was a meme that actually made me laugh for like an hour straight.
Trev, you are silly. I love you. I love you guys, man. All right, next question.
Yes.
Does this movie need a all-black remake or a prestigious Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, HBO Max miniseries?
I think it would make a great miniseries. And in fact, I'll tell you what, if it was remade,
Timmy Chalamet?
Because pressure is such a pivotal feeling in this movie and atmosphere that needs to be built. I think Spike Lee could do a good job. He does pressure really well.
Yeah.
And to direct this even as a miniseries or as a movie, I think he could put together a really good story that does a really good job. And one thing I didn't recognize until I read this, the first killer in the movie is the second victim in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love that overlap that they were doing that.
Trev, you.
Yeah. Let me see here. What was the question again?
This movie deserve an all-black cast remake or a prestigious HBO, Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV miniseries.
Okay, well, first thing I'm going to say is I think remakes and things like that are kind of dumb. But
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I don't think that a remake should be done, but I do think that cable, well, not cable anymore, it's fucking streaming. Shit. A mini series could build upon the source material for both of these films and expand the world of the source material and not shit on what's already there. That I think makes the most sense when remaking something. It's like, oh, we remake this movie. Well, let's revisit this book. Let's revisit this. Let's see how we can bring it up to date or how we can fill in things that actually were important, but just ended up on the cutting room floor. I mean, yeah, I think that's my thing. So
the only thing I'll add to
and a miniseries could very easily have an all-black cast. I don't give a shit.
I definitely here's where I'm going to push back on that. Actually, I do agree with you. When I was saying series, I agree, miniseries, not something that goes on for years.
Yeah, miniseries.
Something that's like 6 to 8 episodes and done.
Exactly, prestigious miniseries.
Because I would like to see more elaborated on. I'd like to see more elaborated on with the police, more elaborated on with the girlfriend, more elaborated on with the people he comes into contact with. You know, within the community. I think this can be told from a black perspective with black characters, but to reverse, I feel like doesn't really work.
I mean, it wouldn't be set in the 80s though.
Oh, no, all right. Well, then it would work.
No,
it wouldn't be set. Yeah,
time.
Same
because
story.
I think at the time too, black gay men probably were not too prominent within that scene either.
I'm gonna tell you right now, because that question goes for both. Actually, I would have done a mini series for Serpico, and I would have done an all-black cast remake of Cruising with Lakeith Stanfield as the Pacino role. I would have had Jeffrey Wright as the chief, and as our killer, Caleb McLaughlin. Yeah,
I would put him as the neighbor.
Oh, okay. See, I had Miles Canton as a neighbor.
All right, you can't put Miles Canton in everything. He was in one movie.
I can. I can, and I did. He was great.
He should be his informant at the bar singing.
But yeah, so
I mean, a film like that would be groundbreaking on so many levels because you're not just looking at a subculture and a community, you're looking at years and years of masculinity that was thrown upon people that they should never have had to deal with. And this desire to, discrimination grows from even harder and horrible discrimination. So, I do feel that even though it changes the source material and everything, it could, especially like Spike Lee, I mean, I think it would say so much more as how you envision Cruising for today's audience.
I would have gone with Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele needs a hit.
Jordan Peele needs to actually direct.
He needs a hit.
Yeah.
I disagree. I don't think Jordan Peele would be a good director for this. Jordan Peele is a very good, stylized horror director.
Well, my prestigious remake, though, I didn't even get my casting. I got to get my casting off with that one, though. I've been saying his name the whole show. Timmy C. At Serpico. Timmy C.
You give that kid too much credit. He's a good actor. You give him
Timmy C. Serpico. Remake. HBO. 6 episodes. Little Timmy. That's all I did. What were you saying, though, before I cut you off?
No. I'm thinking about it. I was just going to say about the... what was the last thing we were talking about?
You're saying Jordan Peele is a prestigious...
Jordan Peele, I did not use the word prestigious. You did. I said he's a talented, stylized horror director.
Voice of a generation.
Well, could he? That's not what I said. Like even Ryan Coogler was like, "Hold my beer, I'll make a horror movie." Yeah. So Not to put Jordan Peele down anyway, an amazing filmmaker, fantastic, and he's such attention to detail, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
But this takes a thriller mind, and we don't have a lot of thriller directors anymore. We don't have De Palmas, we don't have Friedkins, we don't they don't really exist anymore, and the genre has become so horror adjacent or TV true crime ish type thrillers. We don't see movies like this.
That's a good question. That's actually a good question you asked. Are there any good thriller working directors nowadays? That's actually a good question, because
I think there's good directors who have directed good thrillers, but I would say
the Russo brothers.
They're only good in the Avengers.
Well, no, the Captain America films are good political thriller films.
Yeah,
that they directed.
And the Avengers. I'm talking about Marvel. They did great Marvel movies.
Winter Soldier is a perfect graphic novel. You have to be an idiot not to actually make a good film out of that graphic novel.
True.
It literally is every fucking thing.
But the fact that they did go the 70s style political thriller route works. And I think that would they do that? Sure. They don't, and then you get things like The Gray Man or stuff like that. I
fucking like The Gray Man. How fucking dare you?
It's enjoyable, but would you call that you watching these thrillers? Would you watch any other movie they did and say it's on?
What about Nolan? You're doing a whole thing with us 30. What about Nolan? He does thrillers really well.
He does amazing thrillers, but he is more than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him just a thriller. I mean, he excels at almost every genre he touches. He even helped on Sinners.
Yeah, man.
Not to take credit from Ryan Coogler, but like he understands horror. At least that says.
Dog.
Well, he was kind of handpicked as Nolan adored him. Like I want this person to be.
Would you consider the Mission Impossible films thrillers?
No, not after De Palma's.
There's a big difference between Brian De Palma and that. I mean, and I don't know. I really been thinking about this. I don't know of any really big thriller directors.
Because Christopher McQuarrie did Jack Reacher. Oh man, you're right. We don't really. Yeah,
not in the vein of what thrillers are known for.
I think the last good thriller director was Tony Scott, R.I.P. I think Tony Scott was a good thriller director.
Great one.
Yeah.
But we're going back a lot of years since he passed away.
Yeah, 13 years. Yeah, that hasn't been a good one.
David Fincher is a great thriller director.
That was one of the great 90s thrillers of, and it also was just painfully cool. But another Tony Scott film.
Yeah, Fincher is a good. Yeah, The Killer. That was a
Fincher. I was just gonna say Fincher. Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, Bong Joon-ho. Yeah,
good stuff. Michael Mann.
He does a lot of social comedy. Social comedies. He does that more.
Bigelow's a good thriller director.
Michael Mann, yeah, you're right. He's a good one. Catherine Bigelow, yeah. So we got some left. Yeah, they're not there all.
I mean, if you look at Bong Ho got his start in horror pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, The Host and Thirst and everything. So he brings a horror sensibility even to like social setting thrillers.
I mean, so John Landis was a great thriller director.
Get the fuck out of
here. Well, I mean, I did enjoy Innocent Blood in the theater.
Did you enjoy Beverly Hills Cop 3? That's one of them all. Ugh.
I love how like none of you got the reference, and it just makes my day.
What? Oh, don't get me wrong. I love
when I said John Landis was a great thriller director.
Yeah. Oh, because he directed Thriller.
There you go.
Oh, Badoo
Kang.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
I see people putting the Safdie brothers on. Safdie brothers are good dramatic. They're dramatic directors. They are not thriller. Uncut Gems is not a thriller. It has thrilling moments.
I guess so. Yeah, it's more of a drama.
Marty Supreme has thrilling moments, but it is a drama. And that's the same with the Russo brothers. You go, it's kind of like a comedic drama. It's not really a thriller. It has thrilling elements, but they're usually steeped in the action.
No, I think Winter Soldier and Civil War were thriller as fuck.
Again, take Marvel out of it. You get Kevin Feige off, and what are they? Because all their movies so far.
Because they made You Me and Dupree. You got.
I like You Me and Dupree, but it's not great movies.
You gotta let You Me and Dupree go.
I mean, we don't even have political filmmakers per se making political thrillers nowadays.
Yeah, because they're all on Netflix now. That's what
and to answer Grandizer's question about Making Love from '82, I think that would be a movie that could be remade for today by today's standards using Republican men.
Oh yeah, I wanted to bring that's one of the notes that I wrote about Cruising, where they said something about the DNC. I'm like, bullshit, Republicans.
I don't know that I'd
put bullshit.
I don't know that I'd put like Frank Darabont in the thriller realm. He does good thrillers, but he's more so a genre with the drama.
Yeah, he's definitely a genre filmmaker. Okay, so our next question. This question I'm going to ask every week, even though we watched the movie at week 2. The Cinema Woman, did Al Pacino steal Denzel's Best Actor Award category?
Yes. Yes, we told you that. He deserved it for Dick Tracy.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no this week. Yes.
You're going to say no this week?
I'm going to say no this week, yes.
You can't base it on these movies.
I'm in a no mood.
Well, I mean, if you look at these films and then you look at the performance in Son of a Woman, there's some genuine ass shit coming out of Pacino in the early years, and it just isn't as genuine.
I mean, like
he does good stuff. I mean, the Kevorkian one especially, but there's not the genuine Al Pacino. I believe 100% this little fucker's a New York Italian cop.
I feel like there's a lot of what's his character's name in Cruising again? I forgot his fucking name already. There's a lot of Detective Steve Burns and Frank Slade. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Steve Burns and Frank Slade, all right? And and I saw
the trilogy. Is that this trilogy? It's Serpico. Then he went on to Cruising, and then like somehow
he was
got blinded, and went into the army.
Exactly, that's the trilogy. That's the epic.
That's the trilogy right there.
That's the epic conclusion.
It's like the third film in the trilogy of A Better Tomorrow. What?
Yeah, you're right. John
Landis, Vietnam.
Grandize is right though. John Landis, he does get justified pushback for what happened in Twilight Zone. That should have ended his career.
Well,
he still did.
I wouldn't say it ended his career, but it was very hard on him. It was extremely hard on him.
That was from all accounts that I've heard, and one of my instructors was a camera operator that night who refused to go in the helicopter. And the way he was talking about it, he was like, John Landis should have lost his.
Exactly.
Didn't make movies.
Shame.
And then he went on to have a pervy ass fucking son. So yeah.
Now, what's your take on Making Love from 1982?
I never seen it.
Never seen it.
It's all right. It's Kate Jackson, I think, is the biggest star in the movie, and it's about her husband is sleeping with his best friend and has like a long love affair, and like her life gets turned upside down. So, based in Garden Variety MAGA.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's
love is love, and you got to find it where you can.
That's fucked up. Shit. Man.
It's, you know what it is? There's such a testament because as we say it's fucked up, we have to remember the lives of gay people, especially at that time.
Trevor King.
No, I'm saying Granddaughter's is funny. No, what I was saying is fucked up it's fucked up that, like, I don't know, it's fucked up that they had to do that. I guess. You know what I mean?
Siskel and Ebert sucked. Stop listening to them.
Man, I was raised on Siskel and Ebert.
We had a big discussion about that.
I watched them a lot because
Siskel and Ebert.
Gene, what's his name?
Gene Siskel?
Solid. No. There was the other guy, the guy with the mustache. And I think he was on NBC back in the day.
I
can't think of his name at the moment. I watched him a lot. Leonard Maltin, of course. Read all his books too. Like back in the day. I do have his new book though. Well, it was one of his newer books. And
I like Maltin. I think Maltin's a good critic.
Maltin was my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, I liked reading Joe Bob Briggs's stuff too. He brought like a liveliness.
Because I learned the term.
writing.
I learned the term deliberately paced from Leonard Maltin.
My favorite critic of all time, and that is a loose term.
It's Johnny Loves Movies.
Hunter.
Thank you.
Hunter S. Thompson wrote some of the greatest critiques of all time, and disguised in beautiful stories.
So that's where I am. Hunter S. Thompson, then Johnny Loves Movies.
Gene
then
Shalit.
Leonard Maltin.
Gene Shalit, that's what it was.
Yep.
He was fun.
Because he always kind of looked like a hairy dick with glasses.
He had
But I did like him.
Exceptional mustache, though. Exceptional mustache.
He looked like he put his finger in an outlet, and then it just like
he put his finger in something.
In Cruising.
I don't remember seeing Gene Shalit there, but you never know. There's 40 minutes.
He was in the bushes. So. That's where he was. I'm just saying.
Oh shit! You guys are crazy.
Do it, Ken. What are next week's movies?
Shit. No, you gotta do the 5 stars.
All right. Well, tell me. What do you want me to do?
Okay. So with Serpico, I'm gonna give that like a 3.5. It was hard for me to really get into it this time around, and I don't know. I didn't like it this go around, I guess, as much as I did before. And then with Cruising, I'm gonna give Cruising about a 4. I actually really enjoyed Cruising quite a bit, actually. Yeah, I like Cruising quite a bit.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm glad. Glad that what's his name? What's his fucking name? Bill Simmons from the Rewatchable suggested this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
cool.
Mick.
I would give Serpico a 4 and Cruising maybe a 2.5. Good movies, both good movies. I think more needed to be fleshed out with Cruising.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was just the ideas that were really there, and the characters that were put in there to kind of help the story along weren't baked in well enough or given enough chances to shine.
Mm-hmm.
And Pacino really is the one who gets to shine in this.
Yeah.
And I would have preferred more from the cast too.
Okay.
And that comes from writing. That's not from their acting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit more on the table, writing wise, to be desired. Yeah.
There's 40 minutes missing, supposedly.
well, Franco has them, so.
Yeah.
Now he's not coming out with it because nobody likes it.
I just honestly think it's just not that scandalous, and it just ended up on the floor.
It's not the day the clown cried. Let's calm down, everybody.
Oh my God, that's some crazy shit.
I still want to see
that is, yeah.
You can
that's
see
some
footage
other
of it
dimensional
online.
shit,
It's such a wild concept.
Thanks, Grandizer. And to answer your question, yes, I have eaten pork at my local barbecue joint up the street, the Salt Lick.
Yes, I smoke that sausage all day long.
I also want to say, Grandizer, I'm sorry. I see you've answered me some questions, but I'm old and I can't see. So if I haven't answered, that's why.
He said you're always a highlight, Trevor.
Well, thank you.
He says you're a highlight. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry,
Grandizer, you're funny as fuck, by the way. I love you, man.
I'll shut up. I'm gonna mute.
I love you, man. No, Mick, you better put that mic back on. Don't let him bully you to be quiet.
No.
Put that mic back on.
Yeah, I gotta get better about that.
But yeah, so our next movies to end.
Well, actually, I need to give my score, don't I?
Oh, I thought you gave a score. Oh shit.
No. I would say Serpico is a 5 out of 5 film. Even though Cruising has a very, very special place in my life, I would agree with Mick, and I would say it's a 4.5.
Okay.
I said 2.5.
I know, but you gotta remember, it is like, I mean, I could pick out like 10 movies that have been with me since I could. Yeah,
I get it.
So yeah, I get it, but also I'm like, you bringing that up was like, yeah, I've got to be a little critical because I'm seeing exactly what you're saying, and was always why a mini series of the book actually would be a really great thing.
Yeah, Okay. I'm glad to have you guys on. So next week, our grand finale of the April Chino month, the week of his 86th birthday.
You know, you have
2
two more
days.
Wednesdays, right?
No, it's
Yeah,
the
you have the
last.
22nd and you have
Oh
the
shit!
29th.
I got the 29th too. Fuck.
Shit, I almost had the fucking last Wednesday off.
Yeah, you almost did.
Really crazy.
Well, you
weird
fucked
shit
yourself.
out.
But
Sea
next
of
week,
Love and Frankie and John. No,
exactly.
Sea of Love is an awesome movie. I'm just gonna say
No,
it.
we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch Jack and Jill again twice. No,
I'm out. I'm out. I quit the show. Not going back. That's where he is 100% correct, and that Pacino phoned everything in.
Oh,
That
shit.
friggin' movie. Oh.
No, next week. Okay, well, shit, man. We got another week. But next week it was going to be Dog Day and Any Given Sunday.
Interesting.
No, I thought it was Dog Day and Justice for All.
Oh, do we move it in Justice for All next week?
I don't know. It's your show. You tell me.
I think Injustice for All should be our final. This should be our final one. We should do that and Advocate. Because they're both like law-ish movies, right? That and Advocate. I'm just saying. Devil's Advocate.
You want to do
Yeah, that and Advocate. That'll be our last show for the month on 29. Yeah, right?
A lawyer with integrity and a lawyer without.
Right? Thank you. See, boom. I'm thinking, Mick. I'm thinking. And I just like the fact that Any Given Sunday has day in it. So you got day and day. So there you go. Any Given Sunday and Dog Day afternoon. That's next Tuesday on the Johnny Loves Movies pod.
Pacino.
Yeah. And coincidentally, it's 2 days before our man's 86th birthday. 86 year of life.
Wow.
He just had another baby, so he's still shooting them shots. Old as hell.
Baby.
No, I think it's like his third or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know Al Pacino's real life well enough.
Hey, look, hey.
Do you think he makes that scent of a woman sound when he comes?
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
He's probably just like, you're out of order. Every time.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't think he had any left. I thought it would be dust at this point. 86 years old, still having kids. Still just shooting them shots. So good for him.
I guess he has 4 kids.
Yeah. Yeah, he
was married to Beverly D'Angelo?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes,
I do remember that.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I mean, I get it. I love Beverly D'Angelo.
Oh man, thank you, Grandizer.
What did he say?
He just said, I'm gonna use a southern accent. I'm gonna use a southern
accent. I'm not 100% sure where he's from. You can't just use a southern accent.
I do hope you all keep this group in format. No disrespect to the other crew, but you 3 keep it right on topic and short. And I do want a mint julep.
Oh, if we do want to talk about Pacino, he was fantastic in the show Hunters.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was like
everybody should watch that if you get a chance.
That's like
the Nazi Hunters.
Show, right? That's his only TV show.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Did they ever make a second season to that?
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Okay, because I saw up to the
end
of the
you
first
know
season.
Who produces that show?
You?
Nick. You know who produces that show? Mr. Jordan Peele.
Yep.
I believe it. I'm not saying he's not talented. I said he's a fine, talented horror director with a lot of stylized nature. But to say like he can jump into any, we don't know yet.
You don't know.
I mean, yeah, we don't know. You're right. Yeah, even though Nope is basically just Jaws.
It is killing you.
It is killing
you to say that degree.
It is. I mean,
listen,
I'm not gonna lie.
Listen. I'm not saying he isn't making amazing movies, especially that revolve around Black culture and Black history. And he's doing it with a horror twist.
He made Space Jaws, Mick. Space Jaws.
I mean, he didn't direct it, but I do very much. I think one of the great updated remakes is the Candyman.
Yeah,
I think that movie is fucking great, and it exists by itself, but it also, in this really great way, connects itself directly to the first film with really good writing.
You know what pisses me off about people with that movie?
CGI. Todd.
Give him some credit. At least it was his voice. No, what pisses me off about people with that movie is the biggest criticisms are, why wouldn't you took Tony Todd out, you did this, you went to this whole new way, and I'm like, but the same people who make that about that Candyman movie are also the same people who are like, how is he coming back for the 50th time? How is he doing? I was like, they actually involved that franchise to move on without Tony Todd in a beautiful way and still incorporated him. And like people are pissed. And I'm like, Jason's
my problem
still
with
running around. He's still Jason.
My problem with that movie though is they retroactively make Candyman like this black legend, like this black superhero, but he still kills a lot of black people. But he's supposed to be like a symbol to like kill the oppressors.
Well, I will say that I felt the first movie did a better job building up the idea of urban folklore at that time. And that was one of the things that was very, very awesome about Candyman is it did show an element that was very popular at that time. I mean, it was still at that time that people were believing that, like, somebody ate a mouse at like a Burger King or something. Not that exactly happened, but this was that time people were thinking that way. So,
based on a true story.
Yeah.
Based on a true story. All right, guys. Well, I'm Johnny, the Shogun in Akron. I am happy and I'm glad that you guys were all here to watch us discuss these two lovely films and us to just break down where they fit in the oeuvre of Al Pacino's career. I want to thank you, Trevor, for coming on. Ambassador
thank you
Media
for having me. Thank you. I've been a little discombobulated, but thank you so much for having me. This has been a wonderful hour and a half of talking about cinema.
And I love talking about cinema with you. And you know who else I love talking about cinema with? Mr. Mick Manhattan himself, right there, Scene Snobs. Mick, let the people know what you got going on.
Just go check out the Scene Snobs. I review movies very regularly. We have content every day, new movies, old movies, cult classics, everything in between. I will watch it. I will review it. We do have a Patreon you can support. If you are in the paid tiers, you can give me movies to review. All goes back in running the channel, but our main thing is the Scene Snobs podcast and our other podcasts, so go check that out. I'm also on Popcorn and Pints Saturday nights. So Monday nights at 8 is the Scene Snobs podcast. Saturday nights at 8 is the Popcorn and Pints. Always a great time. And one more thing for you, Johnny. If you want to have some really fantastic episodes, and trust me, I know what I'm talking about, get this man to recommend a movie or two for you to watch and review with him, and you're going to have deep conversations.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. That's
bless. Yeah. I thought you, and also there's a lovely review coming up. I don't know if you did it or not, for a lovely independent film that came out on Amazon recently today, starring a small-time actor named Mark Wahlberg. I believe it's called Balls Up.
Jesus, I watched it. Shut up.
Balls Up.
It's Amazon's new shit.
Wahlberg yet again plays Wahlberg.
You're not wrong.
He plays Wahlberg well.
It was funny.
There you go. That's the endorsement.
I'm not even going to tell you it was funny the whole time, because it wasn't, but it was funny. And honestly, Paul Walter Hauser.
It was a 2.5 Men kind of funny.
Actually, I would say it was smarter than that show.
Yeah, I would.
Paul Walter Hauser does not get a lot of credit for as good of an actor as he is. And he can, and I'll tell you, in a movie where he's playing off of Mark Wahlberg, who's clearly the star, he steals the show.
Did you emit a sound from your body in a joyous, rapid motion a few times while watching it?
No. I just kind of chuckled through my way through it.
So no sound was emitted. It was just a chuckle.
No, it's not. I didn't like it. It's 2.5 for me.
This is all I did. This is all I did throughout the movie.
Yeah, I was like, that was fun.
Yeah. no.
And that's not a good thing. That doesn't make a good movie. But if you're looking for something, you're bored, it's above average.
If it makes you smile, yeah, it's above average. That's what.
For most, not for me. It was 2.5 for me. It was exactly average.
Exactly average. Joy in whatever they find joy in it. I love that, but we also have opinions. So
yeah.
I think if you're going to go with a raunchy comedy, there's a million other raunchy comedies that are fun to go with.
Yeah.
To go with.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we will see y'all
Thank you
next
so
week
much.
when we talk about Any Given Sunday and Dog Day Afternoon.